Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you clicked onto this video. In today's video, we are back in my bed, and these seem to be some of your favorite videos that I post, and I'm not really sure why. Is it the comforter sounds? Is it just the ambiance? I don't know. But I love them too because I get to be comfortable while we chat. And normally I whisper. But for today, I thought I could do like a soft spoken type of video. I'm not feeling my best. I haven't posted in like over a week because I just mentally haven't been doing very well. I have some stuff going on at my job. I have some stuff going on in my personal life. And just the state of the world right now, the state of the country, just has me feeling some kind of way. So I'm a little behind on my filming. But Thursday nights, which when I'm filming this, it's Thursday night, is my favorite night to film because my partner is away at his friend's house. That's like his friend's night, and it's just me and my son, but he's asleep. So yeah, I posted on my community tab, which is kind of a new thing for me. I posted on my community tab asking what you guys would like to see from me this week for my ASMR and also for my non-ASMR content. And I gave a few options like on a poll. And the video that won for ASMR was giving my opinion of popular Booktok books. So that's what we are about to do. So grab a drink, get cozy. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. If you're new here, I really would appreciate it. I really would appreciate it. And we'll just get straight into the video. I get most of my book recommendations off of TikTok. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't really know. But that's where I get most of my book recommendations. And so I consider myself a Booktok expert at this point. I feel like I know the books that are recommended there most often. I feel like I know the books that are recommended there the most often. And I've read many of them. So I went to my bookshelf and just grabbed like the most random stack ever of some of the books that I feel like I see repeatedly there. And I'm not even talking like new releases, I'm talking more just like books that over in that community stand the test of time and continue to be spoken about through the years. And I wanted to just give you my opinion for what it's worth. Most, if not all of these, are going to be either romance, fantasy, romantasy, dark romance. I don't think I have any lit fic or nonfiction or thriller here because I mostly am like a fantasy romance reader. So that's the side of Booktok that I'm on. So these books will be romance and fantasy. Just as a disclaimer before we get into it. I also want you guys to keep in mind that these are just opinions. It's just for fun. If you loved a book that I didn't like, that's okay. I think that's one of the greatest things about the community, is that we all have such different taste in books, right? And something that might turn me away from a book could be what you loved about it. And that's totally fine, right? That's totally fine. In no particular order, we're gonna start with The Cruel Prince. The Cruel Prince. So this book I have just seen over and over and over there. And it was on my TBR for March, I think. And it was a DNF. Now, I'm not saying that I'm never gonna finish it. I hope that one day I can find my motivation again and finish the book. But for me, I got over halfway and I just don't really understand the hype. I feel bad because this book is like so respected over there, and it's not often that I see a creator on YouTube or on Booktube or Booktok that does not think that this is absolutely amazing. There's a couple creators that did not love this, and I was like, oh, thank gosh, I'm not alone. And I have some friends IRL that read this, and also like it didn't do much for them either. Yeah, I just don't understand the hype. I don't understand the hype. Like, I feel like it was just dragging. There wasn't a lot happening in the book. The vibes were great. It started out really strong, like the story about the siblings and how they ended up in this world. It just didn't do a lot for me, so I really can't recommend it. It felt kind of flat. There wasn't really a character that I felt connected with. I'm so sorry if you love this. I don't really relate, and I didn't find it very memorable, and I don't really even remember much of what happened in the first half of the book. And I actually have tried to read this like 3 times, and the same thing happens every time. So unfortunately, The Cruel Prince is just not for me, but it might be for you. So keep that in mind. Next up, we have Twisted Love by Huang. These books are so big on Booktok. This is the Twisted series, and this is book 1. I have all of them, but I thought talking about book 1 would be the best. So, Twisted Love, this is a brother's best friend romance, and Alex Volkov is the MMC in this book, and Ava is the FMC. Basically, Alex is tasked by Ava's brother to look out for her when he has to leave town. And Alex has always been like off limits to her. Your typical brother's best friend. Definitely a little bit like enemies to lovers, like they don't really vibe. Alex has a very dark past and a messy present, and he has a lot of skeletons in his closet and secrets that he doesn't want Ava to find out about. Yeah, I would say I recommend this book. I really liked it. I flew through it. I enjoyed the romance. It is spicy, but not too much. I really, really liked this. I love Alex, the MMC. So I read the first 3. I'm like looking to my bookshelf. I read the first 3. So I read Twisted Love, Twisted Games, and then Twisted Hate. Twisted Hate, I was not able to finish. It's currently a DNF, but I do plan to finish it. It just kind of lost my interest part of the way through. There is a 4th book called Twisted Lies, and a lot of people think Twisted Lies is like the best one in the series. So I want to pick up where I left off. I don't think it was any fault to the book, Twisted Hate. I just think I got distracted, and I'm very much a mood reader, and I think at that point in time I just needed to be reading something else. But these are really good. They're interconnected standalones. A lot of people don't like the first one, but I did. A lot of people just will like read whichever one has the tropes that they're interested in, and like I said, a lot of people love book 4 on Booktok. Anna Huang is just a really good writer, and I pretty much love everything by her. I've read a few of her series. This is just one of my many copies of Fourth Wing. This is like the holiday edition. But for people who maybe this is your first video of mine and you want to know my opinion of Fourth Wing, this is my favorite book. This is my favorite book. And I think this book is appropriately hyped on Booktok. There's nothing like it. It's a great romantasy for people who are new to the genre. And when I read this, I was brand new to the genre. I think the closest thing I've read would be like Twilight when I was in, middle school, 9th grade, something like that, when it came out. I was very intimidated to read a fantasy book that had dragons and a war college. Also a book that's really quite thick. You guys, just try it. If you are on the fence, just pick it up and try it, because it's so digestible. Like, it will for real go by so fast. If you're worried, you can definitely read the graphic audio, and it's so good. The graphic audio, oh my gosh, it's so good. I will take no criticisms on this. There are currently 3 books in the series. So, Fourth Wing, and the second one is Iron Flame, and then the third one is Onyx Storm. And they're just so good. They're so good. I think she's planning to release 5 books in the series currently. And we do not have an estimated release date for book 4. So if it bothers you to read an unfinished series, just FYI, this is an unfinished series. I'm not going to talk too much about this because I literally talk about this book in like literally almost every video, and I think people are over it by this point. But to me, I will never stop recommending Fourth Wing. The dragons talk. They have full personalities. Big personalities. The romance is really good. It's like an enemies to lovers, slow burn type of vibe. Zayden Ryerson is the ultimate book boyfriend. This series is also being adapted to a TV show that's going to be on Amazon Prime. So one of the big things on Booktok right now is trying to figure out who has been casted to play Zayden. And there's a few men in the media that I swear are like baiting us so hard into thinking that they have the role. And I'm gonna be so mad if neither of them do. Like, what was this for? What was it all for? You guys are probably really confused if you don't know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't seen those creators. But there's one in particular, and he's really out here doing the most to have everybody thinking that he's got the gig. Of course, no one is good enough to play a Zaddy because he doesn't exist, and there's no man as perfect as him. But yeah, I will recommend this a million times over. I think it deserves every bit of the recognition that it gets. Kind of in the same realm, same category with romantasy, we have ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So ACOTAR, I would venture to say, might be the most hyped series on Booktok. When I first joined Booktok, this is what everyone was talking about, and this is still what everyone is talking about, but most everyone has read it by this point and moved on to something different. So, this is another romantasy. It's a long series, and the books are thick. It's not completed. If you don't like to read partially completed series, that could be an issue for you. But I did not enjoy this book, you guys. And that's a pretty common opinion. Most people did not enjoy this book very much. But then, if you keep going, the series gets a lot better as it continues. Now, the issue for me is that I read this after Fourth Wing. So I was coming down off of like such a high from Fourth Wing when I read this. And it just it was not giving the same. It just was not giving the same. Through it though, and I moved on. The second book was better, the third book was even better than that. And I have not finished the series. I read the first 3. And again, I do plan to complete it. This is kind of like my personality trait is being in the middle of many series. So it's nothing against the author. It's truly nothing against Sarah J. Maas. If you compare this one with this one, to me, like, this cannot touch this with a 10-foot pole, in my opinion. But it's just my opinion, and I'm sure many of you disagree because this has, like, a cult following, and do not come for me. Do not come for me. It's just my opinion. I like this. I really like Rhysand. He's my favorite character. I know everyone loves Cassian, but I really like Rhysand. I never liked Tamlin. Even in the first book, I think you're meant to like Tamlin, and he always gave me the ick. I feel like I'm not doing a good job of telling you what these books are about, but that's not what this video is. This video is just telling you my opinion. You can do your own research if you want to read it, and like everyone knows what ACOTAR is. It's not high fantasy enough that it's like hard to digest. I mean, I consider myself a beginner fantasy reader, and I got through it just fine. I just was not like completely like enthralled in the world, if that makes sense. So I think that I would say this is probably adequately hyped. Don't think it's underhyped. I don't think it's, I mean, maybe like slightly overhyped, but I think it's just a matter of personal opinion. And it's hard when a book like means as much to you as Fourth Wing means to me, and then you read something directly after, like trying to get that same like high that you got from the other book. This never stood a chance being read right after Fourth Wing. But I feel like that's a very unpopular opinion. I feel like more people prefer ACOTAR to Fourth Wing. So again, it's just personal preference. Next up, we have Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. This book is crazy, okay? Like this book is wild. This was my first dark romance, I think, that I read. It got me into the genre. And like, I had a great time. I was along for the ride. This is I would say like a dark gothic romance. It's a little bit of elements of supernatural, but mostly it's just a stalker romance. It's mainly just a stalker romance between this crazy ass man who will do anything to get our FMC, even if it means killing, torturing, and she kind of likes it. She knows she's being stalked, and it does something for her. So this is good. I read this one, and then I also read Hunting Adeline. I definitely think that Haunting Adeline was better than the sequel. And then I think there's 2 spin-off series, but I didn't read those. It's good. It's fun. It's definitely like a cat and mouse game between the 2 of them, and he calls her Little Mouse. Little Mouse. Now that I've read more dark romance since then, I've definitely read better. I've read better dark romance, but as my introduction, this was really fun, and like, I don't know what this says about me, but it wasn't like too far, you know? Like, some dark romances that I've read more recent, I'm like, okay, that's taking it too far. This was like just enough messed up, if you know what I mean. So I liked it. Thought it was fun. I would recommend it. We have two more. We have, going back to just contemporary romance, we have Part of Your World by Jimenez. Now, Jimenez just released this past week Say You'll Remember Me. Has anyone read it? That was such a highly anticipated read for me, and I have actually not picked it up, and I have not read it this week as I thought I would, because she is getting torn apart on Booktok for this book. Like, people are just saying like it is so cringy, and she like references Akatar in it a bunch and tries to make all of these references to current trends. So if anyone's read it, let me know down in the comments. But anyways, this is the first book in a series of interconnected standalones. When I first read this, I didn't even know it was like in a series, and I actually had already read one of the later books in the series. I read Yours Truly first, and then when I realized Yours Truly was actually like a later book in this series, with this being the first book, I went back and read this. So Part of Your World, and then there is Yours Truly is the second one, and then I think the third one is Just for the Summer. They're cute, okay? Like, these books, they're good. They're quick reads, they're fun, they're a little bit spicy. This one has like a small town vibe. It's like kind of like a small town romance. I like her writing. You guys have to keep in mind, I just recently got back into reading, like maybe 2 years ago. And so when I first got back into reading, like, everything was good to me. And then I kind of had to like read more and more. And then now, if I was to go back and rate some of the books that I read earlier on in my reading journey, I would be like, no, that's not a 5, that's like a 3.5. This is good if you're looking for like a feel-good, fluffy romance. It's not gonna be like life-changing. It's not gonna be something that you think about every day. You just have to take it for what it is. There's a little goat on the cover, and that just makes my heart so happy. I'm just out here stressing about her new release and feeling bad that she's getting torn apart the way that she is. But I think I would get the ick too if I was reading and all of a sudden there's all these Akatar references. Like, girl, why? Like, I'm pretty sure I saw a TikTok where she refers to the male main character and says that like he looks like Rhysand if Rhysand was a real person. Like, that's cringe. especially for everyone reading the book that doesn't read fantasy and they're like, who is Rhysand? Who is Rhysand? You know? Like, if you don't even read fantasy, you don't know who that is. And then you're having to do research, and that's too much, just to figure out who he looks like. And then Rhysand is not even a real person. So, I don't know. But I liked part of your world. I would recommend it. I think it's appropriately hyped. And last, we have Flock by Kate Stewart. This series is huge on Booktok. It's called the Ravenhood series. Underhyped. So underhyped. This book, like, did something to my brain chemistry, and I'm not really sure what even happened. I didn't see it coming. I don't know what to say. It's so good. It's a little taboo. There is, like, a polyamorous component to this book. A wide shoes, if you will, component, so just know that going in. But even if you don't normally read wide shoes, I would encourage you to give this a shot because it has so much to offer. And I don't really want to go in too much detail because I don't want to spoil anything. I know some people like to go in blind, but it's basically about our FMC. Her name is Cecilia, and she has to move to this town called Triple Falls where her estranged father works. He owns a big company, a big factory. She has to work there in order to get her inheritance. And when she goes there, she meets one guy named Sean at the factory on her first day, and he's really nice to her. He invites her to a party, and at the party she meets Sean's best friend, Dominic, or Dom. Dom has my heart. If you've ever seen the phrase, like, we love rainy days, don't we, baby? That comes from this book. That comes from Dom. Gut-wrenching. Like, this series will make you sob your eyes out. Like, I cried so hard. Then there's, like, a third character that comes into play in the second book. But it's basically just about her discovering herself, being torn between these two best friends. It has some dark elements. Like, it's not just a romance, it has some dark elements. I'm not explaining it well, but just look it up. Underhyped, so good. So that is going to be all for today. That is going to be all for tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that you guys really enjoyed the video, and if you would like a part 2, let me know. We can talk about other books that are popular on Booktok because I have shelves full. I hope this video could provide you with some relaxation. I hope this video could provide you with some relaxation. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, comment down below if you have read any of these or if you plan to. If nobody has told you today, you are loved and you are cared for. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.